This is the plaintiff, Mary Nee. She says the defendant is her son's girlfriend, and she allowed her to live in her home and agreed on a rent of $450 a month. After a few months, she lost her job, stopped paying her share of the rent, and she's at her wit's end trying to get the girl to pay what she owes. Bottom line, she did a lot for the defendant, isn't asking for anything she isn't owed, and is suing here today for the $4,587.07 she's due. This is the defendant, Audra Renee Lee. She says if anyone's owed money today, it's her, certainly not the plaintiff. The woman caused her so much stress and aggravation, she's trying to get her to pay for babysitting her own grandchild. And the woman's simply suing her out of pettiness and greed because she knows they're going to disown her after this court case today. She's accused of running out on rent. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,000 for emotional distress and aggravation.
All parties, please use your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Doris.
You're welcome.
Mary Nee?
Yes.
You are suing Audra Renee Lee, the woman who is the mother of your son's children. How many?
Just one.
One child, and who is dating your son, for $4,587.07 in rent, babysitting, gas, and party supplies. Okay, you are counterclaiming $2,000 in distress and time and aggravation. Let me hear from you.
Renee started paying rent in June of 2014.
When did she start dating your son?
I think it was March of 2014.
When was it?
March.
Of 2014, okay.
And
then she moved in with you?
Well, she stayed over a couple nights here and there, and then she did move in. And
How old is your son?
let's see, he's 29 now, so 27 at the
And
time.
he was living at home?
Yes.
And who else was living in the house?
My husband, myself, my son, William, and his girlfriend.
Oh, it's just, wow, everyone's welcome. Okay.
Yes. Well, my grandson, my oldest grandson, stayed with us 3 nights out of the, every 6. My son had shared custody with his ex-wife.
How many sons do you have?
I have 2 sons.
Okay. Which son had shared custody with his ex-wife? This one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So in addition, your grandson would stay every whatever period of time.
Right.
Okay, so she moves in, and what happens?
Well,
Did you guys get along?
Yeah, we did. We
Okay.
did.
When did you stop getting along?
After she moved out, actually.
Okay.
Because
so while she's living there, she lives there for how long?
almost 2 years.
All right. And was she supposed to pay rent?
Yes.
Was your son paying rent?
No.
Why does his girlfriend pay rent if he doesn't pay rent?
He asked whether or not she could move in, and I said, well, it's kind of, a lot. There's going to be more people. There's going to be more bills. Things are going to be, cost of living is going to be higher and everything else. And I said, if she wants to pay rent, that's fine. So Renee and I came to an agreement that she would be paying rent, and she did. And she.
How much rent?
At the beginning, it was $300 a month.
And then?
It was increased to $400, and then it was increased to $450, and then it was increased to $500.
Okay. Now, according to you, you were supposed to pay rent there?
Mm-hmm.
And how much rent were you paying in the beginning? $300?
Yes, yeah.
And then it was raised to $400?
Yes.
And then it was raised to $450?
Yes.
And then it was raised to $500?
Yes.
Or did you think she was trying to squeeze you out?
I mean, I knew that it cost more with like the water and electric and things like that, so I definitely understood that.
How about the other girlfriend, the girlfriend of the other brother? Was she paying rent?
I don't know, Your Honor. I don't know if she was.
It never came up? Stand up. What are you doing sitting down? Stand up. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. How do you feel right now?
Not sure how to feel right now.
Yep, you got your girlfriend next to you. You got your mother over there. That's your son, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's and what? And you're Switzerland. You're just going to stay completely neutral. And why weren't you paying rent? You're 29 years old. You're a grown man. Why is she paying the rent?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, should a mother get involved in who her son chooses to date? Who's a mother here? Okay.
Absolutely not. It's really critical that we teach our kids and prepare them to make great choices, and it's their choice.
What if it's a crappy choice? And you know it. Are you going to say
Sometimes
something?
Experience as a teacher, I'll say it,
Well,
but I
you-
respect the choice.
You just took it back.
No!
You did.
I think it absolutely is okay. Absolutely. I have 2 boys, and I'm going to be very involved in who they date. I want to make sure they bring someone home like mom. So, yes.
Oh, God. I've got a therapist card that I can
Do you? Okay.
going inside the courtroom.
Instead of paying rent, I was rebuilding their house.
Is that accurate?
He did do a
And
lot
did
of
the
things.
girlfriend of your brother pay rent?
I honestly do not know.
Nobody bothered to ask. Like, didn't you find that like
We asked, and I was told mind my own business.
because you guys
doesn't
was
involve
the other girlfriend getting charged rent? I'm just curious.
No, my other son was paying rent for the both of them.
Oh, he was paying rent for the both. All right. How much was he paying?
$50 less than what Renee was paying
Okay.
because she had the child.
That's why? Okay, not because he's your son. All right, so let's talk about what happens. You're paying faithfully and everything is fine. And then what caused you to stop paying?
I had lost my job, and then I had taken a job that was a lot lower pay, so I was having trouble staying up with everything. So,
When did you stop paying rent?
probably November is when it started going down. November of 2016 is when it started
Did you
going
pay
down.
in November?
I paid a little bit, but not much.
Did she pay anything in November?
She did pay in November, but it was for September and October.
She paid in November, but it was for September and October.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So she didn't pay November, December. When did she leave?
March 11th.
So is it accurate that you didn't pay November, December, January, February, or March?
Yes.
Okay. And the 500 was effective when? March?
I believe it was February.
Okay, even she doesn't say that. All right, she says it's March.
Okay.
And why April?
I didn't receive a 30-day notice. I didn't know.
Oh, lady,
I
you
was
gotta be
entitled-
kidding me. Are you serious? Why are you doing? The guy's still with her. Why are we like? I understand that you feel you're owed money, but I mean seriously, your son isn't even paying rent, and you're demanding a 30-day notice from the woman who's the mother of his kid, but not him. Nothing. We don't demand anything of him. Why don't we demand anything of him?
Because shortly after she left, my son and I went to family court to file against Renee.
And what was that about? So she left without him.
Yes.
And so what did you go, when you say you and your son went to court against her for
No,
what?
we went to file.
File what? This?
No,
Oh,
to file
what?
file custody. He wanted custody of his son.
How old is the son?
2.
What happened to the custody dispute?
We broke up for like maybe a couple weeks, and we worked everything out, and we got back together, and so everything was dropped in that.
And where are you guys living now?
Fall River.
No, I'm sorry. I meant, like, do you have your own apartment?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yes, we do.
How are you able to pay for that?
I just started a new job, and then he had gotten a raise with his job.
Okay. It sounds like you acknowledge that you owe her rent money.
Yes, I'm not denying that I do. I mean, the circumstances that happened, unfortunately, I had no control
Yeah,
over.
see, I'm not in the business of, frankly, if I'm trying to understand what your defense would be. What is your defense?
For March and for April, I wasn't there. Well, March I was there until the 11th, but April I wasn't there at all. So I feel I shouldn't have to pay for those. And then also for the babysitting with her
Oh,
own
let's talk
branch.
about the babysitting. You're also suing for $1,700 in babysitting. You're talking about your grandkid?
Yes.
Okay. Was she charging you for babysitting?
Our son, yes.
How much do you owe in babysitting money?
I honestly,
She says you owe $1,700.
honestly, that's what it is, probably, because I don't keep good track of something like that. She's definitely better at keeping track with that.
And according to you, she didn't pay from November 4th through the time she left.
Yes.
And so did you ever ask your son for the money?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I didn't think to do that because my agreement was with her.
I find that so distasteful. I have no words to describe how distasteful I find that. When are you going to man up, put your big boy pants on, and figure this out? And so are you on good, does she see your kid?
My oldest son, yes. Nathaniel, when we stopped by,
Which one's Nathaniel?
The youngest.
our son.
Your son.
My son, yes.
Nathaniel, when you stop by, well, how often are you stopping by?
Right now, whereas money's tight, once every other week.
So even though she's suing you, you're still going there once every other week?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yes.
What that's got to be chilly. Is that accurate?
They do come by, yes.
And when they come by, what do you guys talk about?
Well, we just talked about different things. For example, the 3 of them came for Easter Sunday dinner, and we just,
You came for Easter Sunday. Had you filed the case yet?
yeah.
And you had received service on the case, or no?
Not yet.
No.
Oh, okay. What's the 8707 for?
There were 3 times that Renee had asked to borrow money for gas, and I lent her to her.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
You are counterclaiming against her $2,000 for emotional distress, time, and aggravation. Tell me about that.
So the environment was hostile. I have been on more medication now, living there, since I have my whole life, for like anxiety and depression, insomnia. And then there was times that she did lash out against me. She did call me names.
What'd she call you?
She called me a couple times, and she's also called me before.
Oh, that's a word I don't like to hear.
Yes, me neither, especially being directed at me.
All right. I'm not going to order her to pay April because she didn't give you 30 days notice. That's not going to happen. I'm going to order her to pay you what she agrees she owes you, which is the rent and the babysitting and the gas for a total of $4,087.07. On your counterclaim for emotional distress, 0. I got to tell you, I hope you enjoy that money and do something fabulous with it, because pretty much everybody else has figured out that that money's probably going to cost you your grandkid.
So the judge finds for the plaintiff and awards her $4,000. Number one, what do you think about what the judge just decided, the $4,000?
I don't know what to think about it.
What do you mean? You came in here wanting the money.
I understand that.
You're getting it.
I think
What
I
do you
wanna-
think about what the judge just said to you, that this $4,000 could cost you your relationship with your grandson?
I don't know if it will.
I mean, it's kind of a tragic family situation, wouldn't you agree? Or not?
Yeah, no, I do.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Hope you enjoy the money. All right, here come the defendants. The defendant, Renee Lee, is on her way out of the courtroom. I mean, this is tough. I feel sorry for you, too. I mean, I think the judge is nonplussed that you don't stand up more. You know.
Honestly, I've tried to stand up wherever I can. There was a lot of stipulations in my divorce decree. One of them was I couldn't move out for the longest time. I had to get everything straightened just for this.
Well, I don't want to get into all of that. How do you feel about it? I feel so sorry for you.
I'm just glad it's done and over with, honestly. It was just very emotional.
No kidding. Well, look, I'm sorry you're going through this. I hope things get better for you.
Thank you.
Okay? And I hope you stand up.
I will.
Okay. It's about time. You better soon. Harvey, what do you think about this case?
Okay, I mean, look, the judge couldn't have been more right, I think, that, you know, the plaintiff got what she wanted, but at what cost? I mean, this is something that could really affect her relationship with her grandson. I think this is just a terrible choice.